You have 100% confidence in
I don't have
Peter.
100% confidence in anything. Okay, anything. Do I have 100%? It's a stupid question. Look,
It's a pretty important position.
I have no. You don't have 100%. Only a liar would say I have 100% confidence. I don't have 100% confidence that we're going to finish this interview.
Terry Moran is out at ABC because of his X post where he was attacking Donald Trump and Stephen Miller. So it looks like they're getting a handle on the fake news. People are waking up. Companies are waking up. And hopefully the media will get the memo that fake news is over. So what'd he do? This article says that ABC, Terry Moran is leaving the network after he took aim at President Donald Trump and top aides at the White House. The aide was Stephen Miller. They went on to say that we are at the end of our agreement with Terry Moran, and based on his recent post, which was a clear violation of ABC's news policy, we have made the decision not to renew his contract. So Moran is out. It says at ABC, we hold all our reporters at the highest standards of objectivity. You're right. Fairness and professionalism. We remain committed to deliver straightforward and trusted journalism. I don't think anybody believes that, but that's what he said. So what did he do? Moran found himself in hot water, both inside and outside the Disney-owned network, when he called Trump and Miller world-class haters Sunday morning. So he's been with the network since 1997, and he was suspended. Now, this wouldn't have happened 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. They could say whatever they wanted to. But now that Trump's in charge, the media has to be more fair. They're not really being more fair, but at least ABC is holding this guy accountable. So he went on to say in his post, the thing about Stephen Miller is not that he is the brains behind Trumpism. Yes, he's one of the people who conceptualize the impulses of Trump's movement and translates them into policy, but that's not what's interesting about Miller. He says he's not the brains, he's the bile. Now, this is an ABC News reporter who's supposed to be unbiased. And this is the way they all really feel. Don't let the network fool you into thinking that they don't all feel that way. Now, we're going to see what Fox has to say about it in a minute. He went on to say in his post, and this is supposed to be somebody that's unbiased again, Miller is a man who is richly endowed with the capacity for hatred. He is a world-class hater, Moran wrote. You can see this by looking at him, because you can see that his hatreds are his spiritual nourishment. He eats hate. Where do these people come up with this stuff? He eats hate. Moran's post went on to call Trump a world-class hater, but added that his hatred is only a means to an end. And that end is his own glorification. That's his spiritual nourishment. So Trump's spiritual nourishment is his own glorification, is what Moran said. Moran's firing came less than 6 weeks after he interviewed Trump, during which President Trump criticized him for his questioning.
Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry, but you're not being very nice.
Let's see what they got to say at Fox about this.
News is longtime correspondent Terry Moran out of a job after posting an anti-Trump social media rant. Moran was previously suspended for calling Stephen Miller a world-class hater. That comes as the liberal media calls Trump a dictator and a fascist for rolling out the National Guard. And one guy was comparing ICE agents to slave catchers.
This reminds me historically of the it's not
violence.
A clear analogy, but when the nation, when these political factions divided the nation in between slaveholders and slave catchers.
Trump is militarizing that state as a test run, to make sure that he can do it in places like New York.
He's decided to throw out all the rules. You know exactly what his intentions are.
These people are
He's
nuts.
blonde Berlusconi.
Oh, while their anchors swear torching Waymos is mostly peaceful, CNN's Brian Stelter's out here playing the fact-check fairy, warning us that riot videos might be misleading because some clips are 2 days old.
you got to be careful at a delicate moment like this to look at the timestamps, look at the dates.
this
A
guy.
lot of these algorithms are surfacing hours old or even days old content. So you might be looking at a video of something, wondering what's happening in LA. It's actually from 2 days ago. And that's, it only matters because it can give people a false impression of what's actually happening at a moment of unrest.
Everybody knows there's
Brian
a
Stelter,
delay,
Greg,
Moran.
explaining the concept of time.
Yes, yes. I will get to him in a minute, but it's always a welcome surprise when I see that pudgy little fella. I miss him. The media downplays the violence and the mayhem because they support the cause. They wax poetic about everything but the victims, as Harold pointed out. There are victims. If this were their house, if this was Stelter's house, he'd be dialing 911 until his fingers bleed. He might even put down a donut to call 911. What I find interesting is how come these networks aren't interviewing the protesters? There's a selective shielding going on.
Yep.
They know the protesters are the worst spokesman for the protest. So as the media, we'll take care of that for you. We don't need to interview them. We will be, your spokesman. And their delusional commentary alongside the videos of the rioters and the arson is a perfect juxtaposition of reality and ideology. Our eyes, we can see the destruction, but their mouths are trying to get into our ears, telling us it's mostly peaceful, but there's no better persuasion than the visual. Every video strengthens Trump's position and reminds us how wrong the media was on everything from the summer of love to the fall of Biden. Little seasonal pun there. But let's get to Stelter and all these other losers. Do you ever wonder who the media is talking to? It's not the public. They no longer watch or believe or care what these people have to say. The media is talking to the media. CNN, MSNBC, they are reduced to being the homeless man muttering to his reflection in a CVS window. When he nods, so does his reflection. But they can't see this. It's no longer a blind spot. It's a complete total eclipse. And probably the biggest change in culture is the emancipation of the public from the legacy media. We are free
So
from
true.
these zombies.
And they have freed us by exposing themselves as rank partisans. Martha, Terry Moran out at ABC.
Yeah, with Brian Stelter, I love the fact checking that he's doing there. I mean, basically the principle.
All right, guys, if you like the content, click here for more, and we'll see you next time.